Hi.
Look who is back.
I mean, it's been so long. It's been, I think, easily over 8 months, I want to say. And I'm now filming this video. I did intend to film and like multitask, and there was so much going on. Like, literally, I had the most life changing experience. And like in all regards, like work and like personally, and just like so much was going on, and I so wanted to film. I just couldn't, but I'm so glad I'm sitting here finally filming. It is so hot here in Bombay. I just cannot, like, I'm already sweating, and I'm also filming in the night, which is something I never do, but again, with the temperatures, it's just so crazy. And yeah, for the first time, I think, what I realized is my hair in all my previous videos, they're just doing its own thing. Like, my hair just has its own mind. So I think for the first time, it looks pretty okay. There's like something coming out from here, but I don't know. Till I get a stylist, maybe we're gonna roll with it. My hair's always gonna have a mind of its own, and I've made my peace with that. And also, my nails are bare today. I feel pretty bare, but yeah, but I'm wearing my mom's earrings, so that's nice. I love the look on me. I'm wearing a lot more jewelry, and I don't know, I'm just ranting at this point. I feel like talking, I feel like doing this, and I've missed doing this so much that I wanna like keep up the trend, just keep doing this. Anyway, today's video is about the K-dramas you need to watch right now. So we're gonna be talking about 4 K-dramas that I watched, and they're chef's kiss. They're so good that you need to watch them right now. If you're looking for something to binge watch, you're gonna thank me for this video, and we shall get into the details of why, how, what, and all of that. But before which, I'd just like to put a few disclaimers out there. One being that all of these shows are now being aired on Netflix, so it just makes everything super easy. Put them in a certain genre, then it would definitely be along the lines of suspense, mystery, crime, thrillers, with most of them having like an ensemble cast. These are all K-dramas, as in Korean dramas, and I intentionally said that as a prerequisite for this video because I feel like K-dramas of this nature aren't talked about enough. It is usually the romedy or the rom-coms, whatever you want to call it, that get the attention. Don't get me wrong, whilst they're good watches, I genuinely believe that if there's anyone who knows the suspense, thriller, crime, mystery genre, then it's definitely the East Asian productions, especially the Korean and the Chinese ones. I, for one, have always gravitated towards the theme of like crime, suspense, and mystery, which is also the number one reason I haven't been able to watch the cult classics, except for Boys Over Flowers, which was, I don't know, long ago, and also my first K-drama, I remember. An interesting observation that I was able to make is that there's an underlying theme of families slash households and just personal relationships and their worlds and how they take shape and like coexist within their varying storylines in the shows mentioned. Lastly, in making these videos, which I can see is going to be a series, I'm gonna try my best to not give out any major spoilers, but in case I do slip up, then please do bear with me, and this is for all those of y'all who are already watching these. So let's get started with the first drama, which is called Mine. So this drama primarily revolves around these 2 women living inside the mansion of a conglomerate family. But before we jump into talking about all that, these other characters who definitely add to the drama and deserve a mention are the younger son of the family, the matriarch, the housekeeper, the nun from the church, the elder grandson and his love interest, the tutor, and the pet peacock. Also, at the forefront of it all is a murder. There's a lot going on, but the show surprisingly does a good job of keeping all the storylines separate. If you can stick it out through the early build up and take to the murder mystery, then mine definitely does serve by the end. Just wait you. While the setting of the drama, as in the main house that has been shown, is absolutely magnificent, the Couture Donned character, the Hermes dinnerware, and just the larger than life portrayal of these characters and their gold clad lives is definitely one of the reasons that will have you hooked. But it's actually the strength, the determination, the courage that will have you cheering these characters on. One of the most compelling scenes that's still etched in my mind is where Seo, the younger daughter-in-law, suffers a miscarriage at home, resulting from all the stress and pain caused to her on discovering the secrets in the family. The scene was just so heart-wrenching, but seeing Young, the elder daughter-in-law, share Seo's grief and loss made it a tad bit easier to watch. Now let's talk about the tutor, aka the mistress. First of all, I am literally blown away by the outstanding performance she's given. I mean, a few scenes I remember, especially the ones where she was fuming with anger over something. You could see it in her eyes, you could see it in her face, and it felt so real. And I think not enough credit has been given to negative scenes being played so tremendously well that you forget it's even a scene. The storyline from when she first makes an appearance to the end, you just left feeling so many emotions for her, with her, you know. The show is all about love, loss, family, fighting injustice to find true joy in life while still protecting what's theirs. It portrays womanhood in the most inspiring light, and I'd rate it a solid 9 out of 10. It is going to make you want to hang on to your seat so tight and keep watching. So the next drama that we're talking about is called Flower of the Evil, another show that has been done so well. If you're into crime thrillers, suspense, melodrama, the whole detective criminal with the whole cat and mouse chase bit to it, then you're gonna love this one. This show has a very prominent theme of personal/familiar relationships despite of its nature, which made it like the most perfect watch for me. So our protagonist Becky Sung is an ideal husband, the most doting father, and is also a metal craftsman who works from a studio at home. He's married to Cha Ji-won, who is a homicide detective. Now Ji-won has no idea that Becky Sung has been living under a false identity to hide from his disgraceful past. Little does she know that under this facade of being the most perfect father/husband that he maintains, there is some dark secrets to be uncovered. Now, Ji-won is investigating a brutal case, actually a string of murders, and starts suspecting her own husband, Becky Sung, due to his behavior that had been raising questions. As the investigation unfolds, more and more clues are pointing towards Becky Sung, putting Ji-won in a tight spot. Becky Sung goes to great lengths to keep his secrets from Ji-won, as she then has to hide her suspicions of him as she investigates further. It's like this interesting dynamic that I loved watching. You should also be prepared for the roller coaster of emotions you're gonna experience with their relationship, because there comes a point where watching Becky Sung, who's a suspected murderer and also the son of a serial killer, and his relationship with Ji-won being played out just becomes so gut-wrenching. Seeing their idyllic, most perfect life being torn apart was difficult. Flower of the Evil covers a lot of ground, from formation of psychopaths to exploration of someone's identity and also perseverance of love in the face of uncertainty. As we continue to learn more and more about Baeki Sang, we just saw how misunderstood he was. Baeki Sang came from a terrible past himself, but then he did so much to help those around him who he cared for, which included his sister as well and his family. It seemed that his psychopathic tendencies came more from the conditioning from his father, which actually went very much against his own true nature. He battled this all his life, and which is why you will also find yourself being on his side, almost praying for him to not be caught. It was particularly heartbreaking to see Jiwon dislike Baeki Sang on discovering who he was. He was all along unaware of how much she knew and was like so confused at her suddenly distancing herself from him. That's where we see that he truly does love her. As the events unfold, Jiwon is obviously put through the emotional ringer as she investigates Baeki Sang. She does eventually begin to see the real Baeki Sang though, and realize that she still loves him. We get to witness some incredibly intense and tragic moments between them as all of the secrets come out. They both fight hard to protect each other and face some serious threats while at it. It was very satisfying to see Baeki Sang realize that he did love Jiwon at one point, and for Jiwon to believe in him as strongly as she did. The romance is complicated, thrilling, gut-wrenching, and then just absolutely beautiful at the same time. There's a lot of life and death situations in the drama's set pieces as well. There's this particular scene that comes to mind where our hero is being held at the bottom of a pool which is slowly filling up with water, and of course his wife comes to his rescue. This scene just really had me in my feels. Also, there's this one scene where Baeki Sang had to climb out of an apartment window because Jiwon was investigating the space. And also the whole watch scenario. You will know what I'm talking about when you watch it. But yeah, all of these scenes, they're all just so good. Other terrific performances that definitely deserve a mention are the one by Baeki Sang's father and also the real Baeki Sang. Oh my god, they just gave me the creeps in the best kind of way. Those eyes that the father had, I wasn't able to get them out of my head for the longest time. It was so creepy. All in all, Flower of the Evil is a fantastic watch combined with mystery, cliffhangers, surprising plot developments, and of course, the romance. I'd give this a 9 out of 10 and would definitely recommend you watching this. The next drama that we're talking about is called The Penthouse. Can I just start by saying that this is my most favorite out of the list? It is definitely a 10 on 10 and there is no fighting that. All because of its thrilling plotline, the gripping cliffhangers, the fast-paced developments, and just the dramatic plot twist. Oh my god, it has it all. It is an ensemble cast with multiple storylines being played out at the same time, much like a soap opera. There's everything from murders to romance to jealousy to revenge, suspense, and greed, and just lots and lots of high octane drama with both the older and the younger characters alike. It portrays this hunger for wealth, success, and power with these insanely unbelievable plot twists that happen at least once every episode. So, now the plot is based on the residence of Hera Palace, most expensive luxury apartment complex in the heart of Seoul. The residents of Hera Palace are extremely affluent and want their children to get into the prestigious Chongo Art School and will do anything to make that happen. So, a few things now. One being that Penthouse is super cinematic. I can't stress enough how important cinematography is for a good viewing experience, and Penthouse was incredible on that front. For example, opera being such a prominent theme throughout the show and how it was all portrayed. Hera goddess sculpture and the show opening with Minsola crashing through the glass and falling into the arms of the sculpture. The Hera Palace itself, like the exterior, the interiors, like everything, it's just all so beautifully done and shown. Penthouse, however, is also extremely dramatic and unrealistic at the same time. Coming back from the dead to surviving freak accidents and like forbidden romances, but it's also just as intriguing as well. I'll give it that. It touches upon the class disparity between the rich and the poor and the consequences it has on the characters' actions. However, what makes this drama this amazing is the stellar cast. Each one of them came through with such exemplary performances, especially the negative characters like Seojin. Her portrayal of the emotions that she went through, like rage, jealousy, panic, the mood swings, etc., was done to perfection. I so vividly remember her eyes, the rage in them, her voice laced with fury. Like when she was fuming and she yelled, like it, you almost forget that they're acting even. Similarly, her daughter Yeonbyul and Judante, they've all done such a magnificent job that not at one point did I feel like they were overdoing it or anything, like even with the stories that they had. However, the only disappointment I would say was season 3 and just more so the end. You know, like you're way too invested for an abrupt and like just like a meaningless end like that, if I may. Having said that, if you do enjoy this genre and are looking for something to like just binge watch, then it is definitely gonna have you hooked. And I just had the best time, to be honest, like watching this. So the last drama we're talking about in this video is Law School. So Law School centers on 4 main characters: Yeon Jun-hoon, Han Joo-wi, Kang Sol-ae, because there are 2 Kang Sols, and Kim Yoon-suk. So the drama starts with an unexpected murder of a law professor at Hankook University's law school. It causes the cures, and first year students Kang Sol-ae and Han Joo-wi find themselves tangled in this mess along with criminal law professor Yeon Jun-hoon and civil law professor Kim Yoon-suk. The first few episodes of Law School has an interesting plot that goes beyond Professor Seo's murder, and Law School is the most perfect watch for those who love dramas about like law and justice, like the legal system and all of that. But besides that, Law School also tackles some grave issues and shows just how faulty the law / the legal system can be. The main plot sometimes takes a back seat, but it all works out great together. All these little subplots are connected to a greater one, at least as far as I understood. And in my opinion, they did a fab job of writing and conceptualizing the show. And also it was so fresh to see the show being entirely friendship driven. I did sense a little bit of a spark between Kang Sol-ae and Joo-wi, but I do appreciate that it wasn't played into too much or like dragged out in a certain sense and was kept to it being more about the group, you know, like the unique leagues, the friendships, and like the study group and all of that. I truly enjoyed that aspect of the show. The study group, however, did get a little weird and toxic at times, but it made for a nice dynamic within, like, regardless. And then when the OST It's Driving Me Crazy hits, you will just go along because that's exactly what this drama is. The makers sustain the tension throughout the series. It is packed on mystery and suspense in the most classic form. The taut editing and the soundtrack sequester the audience in the state of like constant guessing. Like, for example, if you reason that you know who the killer is by episode 3, you might waver by episode 8. Each of the character stories are relatively linear individually. They're told in a complex and interwoven way due to the lies and the conspiracies. Everyone has a secret, and I love how every episode ends with a cliffhanger. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this drama and will definitely, most definitely recommend you watch this. It was a solid like 8 on 10 for me. And yeah, that's about it. These are all the K-dramas I watched recently and absolutely had the best time watching them. I do feel that all of them deserve more credit than they're given to. At one point, I think Penthouse was also like at the top of the charts on Netflix. I'm not sure. But yeah, these are amazing dramas if you're looking to watch something on Netflix, especially K-dramas. Like if you're looking for something to just like binge watch. And with that, we come to the end of this video. I will see y'all soon. I promise. In my next one.
Ta-ta, peeps. Already? A little touch-up? Because it's 40 degrees here in Bombay. If I don't die, you will watch this video, fully edited. Yes, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, I am sweating the house. Oh my god, I need to like get some water. My nails are bare and they're just annoying me so much. I don't even feel comfortable talking. I feel like something's so missing. So I'm pretty sure my mic's not put on properly. But at this point, it's too late. Let's just get on with the video. You'll see me more. I will make sure you do. I will be in your face about it.